Captain Zethkara's tentacles trembled as she reviewed the sensor data for the third time. The readings had to be wrong. No sentient species could possibly survive on the nightmare world designated as Sol 3, let alone establish a thriving civilization there. Commander, her navigation officer, Velmon, called out nervously. We're receiving a transmission from the planet's surface. It appears to be a greeting. Zethkara's 4 eyes focused on the main display. According to the Galactic Survey Corps, Sol 3 was classified as a Class X Deathworld, a planet so hostile that even automated probes rarely survive more than a few hours. The atmospheric composition alone should have been lethal to any known form of life. Patch it through, she ordered, her voice barely concealing her disbelief. A bipedal creature appeared on screen, its pale skin stretched over what appeared to be an internal skeleton, a horrifying evolutionary design that suggested this species had adapted to constant physical trauma. It was smiling, revealing bone-white feeding appendages that looked designed for tearing flesh. Greetings, visitors. This is Houston Control welcoming you to Earth. We've been tracking your approach for the last 6 hours. Would you like landing coordinates, or are you just passing through? Zethkara's translator struggled with the alien's casual tone. According to every database in the galactic network, Sol 3 was uninhabitable. The radiation from its parent star should have sterilized the surface millennia ago. The violent weather system should have prevented any complex life from evolving. The gravitational pull was strong enough to crush most known species. You live here? Zethkara managed to ask. The creature's smile widened, somehow becoming even more terrifying. Born and raised. Name's Commander Sarah Martinez. We've got about 8 billion people down here, give or take a few million. First time visiting our little corner of the galaxy? 8 billion. The number hit Zethkara like a plasma burst. No world in the galaxy supported populations that large. Even the most advanced civilizations rarely exceeded a few 100 million beings per planet. Your databases must be corrupted, Zethkara said weakly. This system is listed as a Class X Death World. Nothing can survive here. Commander Martinez laughed, a sound that Zethkara's species used only to indicate extreme aggression. Oh, the classification is accurate. Earth definitely tries to kill everything that lives here. We just got really good at not dying. The view screen shifted to show an external view of the planet. What Zethkara saw defied everything she knew about planetary science. Massive geometric structures stretched across continents. Lights blazed from the night side, indicating energy consumption on a scale that should have depleted any world's resources within centuries. Most impossibly, there were thousands of artificial objects in orbit around the planet. Those are cities? Zethkara whispered. Some of the smaller ones, Martinez confirmed cheerfully. Tokyo houses about 40 million people. New York's got around 20 million. You should see them during rush hour. Absolute chaos, but somehow it all works. Velmon frantically checked their weapon systems, certain they had encountered some kind of elaborate deception. No species could build cities housing tens of millions of individuals. The logistics alone were impossible. Commander Martinez, Zethkara said slowly, our surveys indicate your world experiences regular natural disasters. Seismic activity, atmospheric disturbances, temperature fluctuations that would eliminate most civilizations. Oh yeah, we get hurricanes, earthquakes, tornadoes, volcanic eruptions, tsunamis, the works, Martinez replied as if discussing pleasant weather. Last month, we had a Category 5 hurricane hit the Gulf Coast. Winds over 200 kilometers per hour. Storm surge 15 meters high. Really kept our emergency response teams busy. And your people survived? Most of them. We've gotten pretty good at disaster management over the years. When you live on a planet that's constantly trying to kill you, you learn to adapt. the implications crashed over Zethkara like a tidal wave. The humans hadn't just survived on their death world, they had conquered it. They had built a civilization so robust that planetary disasters were merely inconveniences. "Commander," she said, her voice hushed with awe, "what is your species' classification of worlds suitable for habitation?" Martinez paused, apparently consulting something off-screen. "Well, we've got colonies on Mars now. That's a nice, stable desert world. A bit cold, but the low gravity is great for the elderly. We're terraforming Venus, though that's taking a while. Too hot, and the atmospheric pressure could crush most of our equipment." "You're terraforming worlds?" "Sure. If a planet doesn't suit us, we just change it until it does. We've got projects running on 6 different worlds right now. Takes a few decades, but we're patient." Zethkara felt her consciousness reeling. Terraforming was theoretical technology that even the most advanced galactic civilizations considered impossible. The energy requirements alone exceeded the total output of most star systems. "Commander Martinez," she said, struggling to maintain diplomatic protocols, "would it be possible for a small delegation to visit your world? For cultural exchange purposes?" "Absolutely. Fair warning, though, you'll need environmental suits. Our atmosphere is pretty toxic to most species. 21% oxygen, which is basically rocket fuel. Plus, we've got all kinds of microorganisms floating around. And the gravity might be a bit much if you're not used to it." As Zethkara's ship received landing coordinates, she realized the galactic community had made a fundamental error in their assessment of Sol 3. They had correctly identified it as a death world, but they had failed to consider what kind of species would evolve on such a planet. Humans hadn't just survived their hostile environment, they had become the apex survivors in the galaxy. They had turned their death world into a fortress, their disasters into training exercises, their limitations into engineering challenges. "Velmon," she said quietly, "send a priority message to the Galactic Council. Classification update required for Sol 3. What classification should I use, Captain?" Zethkara watched the planet grow larger on their approach, its surface crawling with the evidence of impossible civilization. "Class X Death World, confirmed. Addendum: inhabited by species capable of terraforming other worlds for expansion. Recommend immediate diplomatic contact and—" She paused, considering the implications. "Extreme caution in any potential conflicts." As their ship descended through an atmosphere that should have been instantly lethal, guided by beings who treated galactic impossibilities as everyday engineering problems, Zethkara realized the galaxy was about to discover what happened when Deathworlders decided to explore the stars. They brought their death world with them.